We're almost there. I will now copy all that code here in my class body to my sign-in component, since it will also use this approach of creating a form. Of course, you should then also copy all these form-related imports here into the sign-in component so that this is all enabled again. And of course, we also need to synchronize this. So I'm simply copying the template of the sign-up form, though here I only need email and password. So I will remove the inputs for first and last name. And that of course also means that in my sign-in component TypeScript class, I will remove these controls here too. So now I do have a lighter version of the sign up form here in the sign in component, which means that if I reload the application, I now get the sign in component here, still has the same functionality as before, but now only for mail and password. With this, we got our application, our front end almost finished. We got our authentication section here with sign up, sign in, and logout, which we can switch with child routing. We got our messenger where we can add new routes. The one thing I want to fix or add now before moving on to the next module where you finally connected to Node.js, so bring these two pieces together, is these two buttons. Deleting doesn't work and reloads it actually, and the same is true for editing, which does work, though it only replaces it with some static text, but then also reloads the page. I will leave the static text for editing, but I want to hook up the delete button, and I also want to remove this unnecessary reloading or this annoying reloading. Back in the message component HTML file, the reloading is triggered by these references here, because now with routing in place, this simply triggers a reload. So by removing it, I get rid of this annoying feature or function. I also want to hook up the delete button, so let's execute on delete here. Of course, this new method should now be added here. And remember, we already do have the delete method in the messages service here. So therefore, I can simply inject this messages service here too in the message component. So message service should get injected here too. Make sure to add the import at the top here. And with this message now available, notice it's the same instance as in the input and list component, since I provided in this messages component which holds them all. So since it is the same instance, I can simply call this message service delete message, and here I pass this message. So the message which I get passed into this component from outside, which is the currently loaded one. So with that, if I reload my application again and add a new message, you see editing doesn't reload and deleting, well, deletes it. This is the finished front end. Now let's move on to the Node.js section and add the backend so that the messages are stored on the server, are really edited, and are really fetched from the server. So time to move on.